Hello, everybody.
Morning.
We're in a nice trip today. You're doing very well. And while the numbers department, the economic numbers are phenomenal. We're in final stages of Iran. We'll see what happens. We'll either have a deal or we're going to do some things that are a little bit nasty. But hopefully that won't happen. The country's doing well. You see the numbers came out today. They're fantastic. The economic numbers are fantastic. So, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. How are you feeling after this Nazi defeat last night? What does it mean for the Republican Party?
Oh, we had a great number of victories. Not just Massey. Massey's a lowlife. We had a great number of victories. We have the governor is, with governorships. We won senatorships. We won everything. We won all races last night, every one of them. We have a great candidate, I believe, in Texas. And I believe the Texas candidate, who's Ken Paxton, I think he'll win. I think probably he'll win very substantially. And I think he'll go on to defeat a very defective candidate, a candidate that believes in 6 genders. And he takes hits at Jesus Christ. And he's wearing a mask 6 months ago. Anybody wearing a mask 6 months ago doesn't get it. And he's a vegan. He's a vegan in Texas. And you can't get elected as a vegan in Texas.
It's also Senate leadership on the Republican side about voting against an incumbent.
I did. They'll be all right with it. They want to win. I know how to win.
Are you worried about ballroom
Some of them don't know how to win. I know how to win.
Sir,
I think I've proven that, haven't I?
are you worried about the ballroom funding, Mr. President? There's speculation that could be.
The ballroom's being built. I'm building the ballroom. So yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So we're building a great ballroom. It's been needed. It's a very military complex. The roof is actually a drone port. The roof of the ballroom is a drone port, and it gives great safety to everything below. We're building a really great ballroom, but it's also a strong military position for our people.
Do you think Matt will go better in speaking with
You want to think who?
Lance will go to better in speaking?
I think they both did great. What do you want me to say, man? I think they both. Do you like that? That's pretty good though, right? I think they both did good. I watched both of them. Both very good men. Really are.
You know it.
But her husband votes against me all. I don't know what's with him. You better ask him what's with him. Her husband's married to a Trump. He likes voting against Trump. You know what happens with that? Doesn't work out well. I don't know why he does.
Mr. President,
Sir, on Taiwan, do you have any plans to call President Lai before you make your decision on the arms deal?
What?
Do you have any plans to call President Lai of Taiwan before you make a decision on the weapons package?
Well, I'll speak to him. I speak to everybody. We have that situation very well in hand. We had a great meeting with President Xi. It was amazing, actually. It was amazing. Many of you were there. We'll work on that. The Taiwan problem.
What did you say the Prime Minister meant not without Iran and how long to hold off?
He's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do. And he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy. Don't forget, he was a wartime prime minister. And he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion. I'm right now at 99% in Israel. I could run for prime minister. So maybe after I do this, I'll go to Israel, run for prime minister. I had a poll this morning. I'm 99%. So no, he's a wartime prime minister, and I just don't think they treat him well.
Mr. President, what do you think of Spencer
I think they have a president over there that treats him very poorly.
If you're on the same page about Iran?
Yeah.
Mr. President, anyone about Mexico?
Oh, if somebody comes along, I'd look. It's a little late in the race, but if somebody comes along, I'd look. So,
Mr. President, what do you think of Spencer Pratt? Do you see yourself in him at all? A former reality TV star?
no, I'd like to see him do well. He's the character. I don't know. I assume he probably supports me. Does he support me?
So?
I think so. Yeah, I heard he does. I heard he's a big MAGA person. He's doing well. I don't know. If you have a rigged vote out there, that's the problem. The votes are rigged. You have a really rigged vote in California. You have all the mail-in ballots, everything else. Very hard to win because the elections are very dishonest. We had Jesus Christ come down and count the votes. I would have won California because I do great with Hispanics. But it's a rigged vote. They sent out 38 million votes. Nobody knows where they're going. Of course, the Democrats disproportionately, Democrats get many more votes. Some get 8 votes. They get 8 cards, and Republicans have to call in, where's my card? It's a rigged system. One of the most, not the worst, I'll give you a list. Maybe I'll do my list. But California's one of the most dishonest states for London.
What's your message for cadets today?
Just enjoy your life, They enjoy it. Great guys. It's my second time at the Coast Guard Academy. They're great guys. We like them. You don't realize how important Coast Guard is until you have a hurricane. But I remember the big hurricane in Texas where these kids go on boats and they're going to waves that are 20 times higher than the boat. And I say, can they really make it? I'm watching this. And they say they find a way, but they were going into waves, these massive waves, to save people that were inside. And you don't realize it, but boy, they are good. They are good seamen. They are unbelievable. I wouldn't want to do it.
Mr. President,
I'm a very brave person, but I wouldn't want to do it.
he make a President meeting?
Well, he told me he was going to. I think it's good. I get along with both of them. But I think it's good. I don't know if the ceremony is quite as brilliant as mine. I watched. I think we topped them. Good team. But no, I get along with Putin. I get along with everybody but your husband and a few others.
Do you be open to a limited deal that just straight-up moves?
What does that mean?
Just a limited deal, just for as long as this.
We'd have to open the strait. That would open immediately. So we're going to give this one shot. I'm in no hurry. You're not going to think, the midterms, I'm in a hurry. I'm in no hurry. Ideally, I'd like to see few people killed as opposed to a lot. We can do it either way, but I'd like to see few people. I just wonder whether or not they have the good of the people, because some of the things they're doing to me means they don't have the good of the people, and they have to have the good of the people. There's a lot of anger now in Iran because people are living so badly. There's a lot of foment that we haven't seen before so much, and we'll see what happens.
Mr. President, over the weekend.
You expected it with
No.
deal with Iran?
But let's put it this way. You were in Vietnam 19 years, right? You were in Afghanistan, these other places, 10 years. You were in Iraq. How long were you in Iraq? 12 years. You were in Korea for 7 years. World War II is different. That was 4 years. I'm in for 3 months. And much of it's been ceasefire. So, and you know what? You lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers in these various wars. In 2 wars, Venezuela, well, we lost nobody. And here, we lost 13 people. Now, 13 people is 13 too much, but we lost 13 people. In other wars, you lost hundreds of thousands of people. So, people don't like it when you say, do you know you've lost 13? We lost in 2 major wars. We took over Venezuela. We essentially took over Iran, and we've lost so far 13 people. Somebody else would have lost 100,000 people. Not bad. But I get a kick when I look at somebody on television. He's lost 13 people. I lost 13 people. They lost 13 people leading an Air Force. Obama, 13 very good people that I got to know their families. So what we've done is, amazing. And we have them decimated. Iran is decimated. And, you're going to see things that are amazing. You're going to see a lot of amazing things over the next 3 years for our country. And I'd like to talk more about the economics, because we have $18 trillion being spent, and no country's ever had anything like that. We have car plants pouring in from Mexico, Canada. They don't want to be there. There's no reason to be there because they want to sell our market. We have car companies and plants coming in from Germany, from South Korea, from Japan, coming in by the billions. And they're being built now. You're going to see things that nobody thought was possible.
Mr. President,
You're going to end up saying he's the greatest president that ever lived. Goodbye, everybody.
James told me over the weekend, Mr. President, he suggested that there's still people in your DOJ and FBI that are waiting you out. They're waiting until your administration is over to get back to work. Do you think those people are still in the DOJ and FBI?
I hope not. Well, we'll seek them out. We'll seek them out. We'll get rid of them. See, I've been every agency. You have scum. And certainly they did in the FBI, DOJ. But Todd Blanchard's doing a fantastic job. Cash is doing a very good job. So we will prevail. I've been standing here a long time with you, many years, right? And they've been saying, I think it's it. I think he's troubled. Here I am, you know. It's a very constant situation, but I think you're going to find that we have great people in the FBI, and we have great people in the DOJ. Todd Blanchard has really been doing a great job, and a lot of things to come. We have a lot of things that are coming right now. It's going to be great. Our country is doing well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
So I was just watching. We have big news on Cuba, as you know, with the indictment of Castro. So a lot of people have suffered very at levels that few people would understand. And I think the Cuban population of Miami and certainly beyond Miami, people that came there that were decimated, whose families were ruined, appreciate what the Attorney General just did today and was just doing now. Is just watching it. So, we have Cuba on our mind. Very important. It's been a lot of problem for a lot of years. And, this was I think it was a very big moment for people that, not only Cuban Americans, but, people that came from Cuba that want to go back to Cuba, people that want to see their family in Cuba. I think this is a very big day, very important day. They supported me to the nth degree. They supported me at levels that nobody's ever seen before. And so I think it's a very important moment.
Mr. President.
Say it?
What's coming next for Cuba?
Well, we're going to see. It's a failing nation. You see that. It's falling apart. They have no oil. They have no money. It's a failing nation. So I just can't tell you that. But, we're there to help. We're there to help the families, the people. And again, a lot of those people are related to me in the sense that I've had such a great relationship with Cuban Americans. They supported me at a 94% level. That's a pretty good level. And, their relatives are there. So we gotta, on a humanitarian basis, we're there to help.
Mr. President. Director was there last week.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that at all?
Well, we have a lot of people there. We had, CIA there. We have Marco is there. Marco's parents, as you know, were from Cuba. So we have a lot of expertise in Cuba, and it's not going to be like the biggest thing we've ever done, but I will tell you, to a lot of people, it's going to be one of the most important. They've been looking for this moment for 65 years. So we'll see what happens. But, we're going to, in the meantime, we're going to have to help them out. They have no way of living. They have no food. They have no electricity. They have no energy at all. But they do have great people. There are a lot of great people. I mean, I have so many Cuban friends in Miami, mostly in Miami and Florida, and they're unbelievable people. They're unbelievable entrepreneurs, and they'd like to go back. I think hopefully they're going to want to live here, but they want to go back. Maybe they'll invest. We'll see what happens. But, we're freeing up Cuba.
Mr. President, how much longer do you anticipate the embargo having to be in place on Cuba?
We'll see. We'll be announcing it pretty soon.
On the table here, Mr. President. Should we expect any escalation here, or should they expect
With Cuba?
Yes.
No, there won't be escalation. I don't think there needs to be. Look, the place is falling apart. It's a mess. And, they've sort of lost control. They've really lost control of Cuba.
You think Raul
I don't want to say that.
But Mr. President, Gavin Newsom is on Capitol Hill today. He says that he doesn't think J.D. Vance has what it takes to come after you. What's your response to that?
Who said that?
Gavin Newsom.
He said it doesn't have what?
Says that the era of Trump ends with you, and that J.D. Vance doesn't have what it takes to come after you.
Well, look, we've done a lot, and JD's very talented. He's a smart guy. He'll do very well if it's JD. We have a lot of very talented people. So I think, hopefully we're going to leave something that's going to be real easy to run. We're doing a lot. And JD's a very talented guy.
Intimidated by to respond after you said yesterday you're about an hour away from making a decision. Where does that stand today? Have you heard anything from them?
Very, it's right on the borderline, believe me. If we don't get the right answers, it goes very quickly. We're all ready to go. We have to get the right answers. It would have to be a complete 100% good answers. And if we do, we save a lot of time, energy, and lives, most importantly.
How long will you wait?
Could go very quickly. Or a few days. It could be a few days, but it could go very quickly. Iran is a defeated nation. We're dealing with some people, and actually, I must tell you, we're dealing with some very good people. We're dealing with people that are, I think, far more reasonable than the people that are really no longer with us. We're dealing with some people with talent, with good brain power, and we're pretty impressed by it. So hopefully those people will make a deal that's going to be great for everybody.
Are you getting tired of
But I don't know. Do I get what? I never get tired. But what I like to do, if I can save war by waiting a couple of days, if I can save people being killed by waiting a couple of days, I think it's a great thing to do.
What's your message to him? Like my heart,
I'll have a message at a later date. Okay.
Sir, on Iran, did the U.S. offer Iran oil sanctions relief during these talks, as Iranian media has reported?
No, I haven't heard that, no. I'm not doing any relief until they sign an agreement. When they sign an agreement, we can get that place built up again and have something that's really a good country for the people. But no, we haven't offered anything.
What's the message to American families who are scared by the rise of AI? They're worried that their kids are not going to be able to have jobs someday because AI will
I'll tell you, AI has been amazing because right now we have more jobs, more people working right now in the United States by far than we ever had before. And outside of the war, and I assumed the economy was going to go down, the stock market would go down 25%. It's actually up. The stock market is higher now than it was before I started the Iran situation. And on the Iran, I had no choice because they were going to have a nuclear weapon. We're not going to give them a nuclear weapon, but that's going to end soon one way or the other. Oil is going to come tumbling down. There's so much oil. We have 1,600 ships in the Strait that are loaded up with oil that are going to be coming out very soon. So, we'll have to see, but the military has been unbelievable. The blockade has been infallible. Not one ship has gotten through the blockade. 37 have tried. They all wish they didn't.
Can you tell us about your call with Erdogan?
Yeah, I had a very good call with President Erdogan and, pretty standard. We have a very good relationship. Isn't it nice to have relationships with some very tough people? He's a tough guy and, but I have a relationship with him that nobody else does. He's actually done a good job. He's been, I think very much of an ally. Some people would doubt that, but I think he's been a great ally and his people respect him. His people respect him a lot.
So President, is there any people that are critical of your settlement over your IRS case about the tax now that you can't be prosecuted by tax?
Yeah, well, what happened is, I was suing IRS for a lot of different reasons. One of the reasons is they released my tax returns, which they're not allowed to do. Now, they showed I pay a lot of tax. I may even release my current returns because they show I pay a lot of money. But they're not supposed to do that. They were in lockboxes as president. And they released them. And a certain firm released them, which was, I guess, a private firm, but it released them to a lot of the fake news. And the fake news went, and you're just not allowed to do that. And many other things happened. So I released them from the lawsuit, and I guess they made a settlement of some kind. I wasn't involved in the settlement. I could have been involved, but I didn't choose to be. So they made a settlement. Also, the anti-weaponization of people. I mean, people were destroyed. They went to jail. Their families were ruined. They committed suicide. All the Biden administration and the Obama administration, both of them. I mean, the Obama administration started it. The Biden administration was horrible in terms of what they've done to people is incredible. And we're reimbursing those people for their legal fees and for their costs and for anybody involved. But they destroyed people committing I read the other day, a person committed suicide over it. They went, it was the most violent thing I've ever seen in politics, what they did. And yet if I say, oh, let's look at this one or that one, they say weaponization. What they did in terms of weaponization will never be allowed to happen in this country again. So we think that we think that anybody involved in that process should partake. And you're talking about peanuts compared to the value. It destroyed the lives of many, many people. Thank you very much, everyone.